Well, as 23 ABC News has been reporting, hundreds of sensitive medical files were dumped in a city recycling bin. Tonight, we have an update. Good evening, I'm Jackie Parks.
And I'm Todd Carley. Those files had copies of driver's licenses, birth dates, and social security numbers, as well as more personal medical information. We've been covering this story since yesterday. Today, we found out a little bit more about how those files ended up in a dumpster. 23 ABC's Chris Ornelas joins us live tonight from Bakersfield College with what he has learned. Chris?
Well, 23 ABC contacted the city to let them know those medical files were in one of these bins. Now, the city says late yesterday they came and removed it. The city says they took the dumpster that had the medical records in it late yesterday.
Those records are being destroyed today. We kept them overnight behind a locked gate because we didn't have access to destroying them yesterday late in the afternoon.
Now the question is, how did the files end up there? 23 ABC was contacted on the phone by Dr. Dan Erickson at Accelerated Urgent Care, who says they had possession of the files just before they were dumped. Erickson says the files were left at their facility by Concentra, but that they never wanted them and were trying to figure out what to do with them. The chief medical officer for Concentra says that's not true.
They accepted them. We have signed documents to say they're accepting the medical records.
Erickson says a contractor working for WWCI General Contractors removed the files and dumped them in the recycling bin. Accelerated says WWCI was doing a remodel job on their facility. They say the contractor was given access to the locked room where the files were stored so he could paint. Accelerated also says the contractor still had 10 boxes of files with him. Accelerated says they have now taken those boxes back from the contractor. When asked why the contractor wasn't supervised while he was having access to the files, Erickson said that is, quote, an impossible request. Concentra says they are upset their name has been tarnished over something they had no control over.
When this came out, we went back and we confirmed that we had transferred the ownership of all of the medical records to the new owner, and did that in a secured, protected fashion. And so we, as Concentra, have really not been in possession of those records for more than a year now.
23 ABC contacted WWCI to confirm it was, in fact, one of their workers who removed the files. WWCI says they are in talks with their attorneys and they are not at liberty to comment. Back to you.
I think it's disgusting that someone would be a medical professional and just throw somebody's information into a dumpster.
And that is the reaction from one of the people whose file was found in that dumpster. Now, anyone who fears their files were dumped into that dumpster are wondering what they can do now. And 23 ABC's Tim Callahan joins us from the Live Center with some answers. Tim?
Jackie, it's not easy to take back control of your identity once it's been stolen, but there are a few steps you can take right now to get the upper hand.
The individual who has gotten their hands on your personal information is now able to sell that information to another individual over and over and over again.
And that's the scenario that has sparked fear and now advice from the Better Business Bureau of Bakersfield.
What these patients should be doing is contacting perhaps the Social Security office to flag their Social Security number.
Beyond that, contact your credit card companies to alert them to any suspicious activity. You can also file a fraud alert through the Federal Trade Commission. Another big concern from the BBB, kids' information may have been compromised in those documents.
They haven't even established credit. Can you imagine if their information was compromised? They're going to go into a world already having issues because they've been victims of identity theft.
At first I was shocked, and now I can say I'm getting to the point of very angry.
Oh my goodness. If they have my number here, why don't they call me? If they're going to discard, records and stuff.
And we put several links on our website, turnto23.com, where you can start the process if you think your identity was compromised in that document leak, and you can get started right there on our website. Jackie?